Hello everybody, welcome to T-Studio Demos. Today's demonstration will show you how to create a pixelated portrait using graphite pencils. The goal of this drawing is to observe, evaluate, and draw a tonal value drawing from an image. Now, it's a good idea to make sure that you have all the materials ready before you begin. As you can see, I have paper, a range of sharpened graphite pencils and a variety of hardnesses, an eraser, a ruler, and a roll of artist tape. I also have an image to work from. For you, this could be a portrait of somebody, or maybe even a selfie. I just found this image from the internet. As always, when you're working, try to keep your pencils nice and sharp. That always helps with accuracy. Now, I started this project by printing off the image of a portrait of a Greek bust. This image is a classical Greek sculpture, and I think it'll work just great. I kind of like the look of it. And here I printed it out at 5 by 7 inches. The first step is to draw a grid directly onto my print. Once I've finished, I will number along the top and letter down one side that will help me to locate squares as I work. Next, I'm going to take my drawing paper and create the same size rectangle and grid. And I'm just using my 2H pencil. I want to make sure that I do a good job on this, that it's nice and squared off to the paper, and that my measurements are correct. So I work very carefully and lightly. Any mistakes that need to be erased would be a problem if I drew too dark. The purpose of this drawing is for you to make judgments about the tonal values you're observing and how they relate to each other to form a cohesive image or drawing. By using a grid to simplify the image, we can just focus on a small area, each square, and figure out its relative value. I want to carefully fill in each square with this general value that is observed. This is easy when a square has a single value, like in my drawing, the space around the head has a pretty consistent tone, and matching it isn't too difficult. It becomes much more challenging when a square has multiple shades of tone within it. So, using the quality and quantity of light or shadow in that square and its relationship to adjacent squares, I can determine and draw the correct value. I'll switch up pencils as I go, using B or HB to be depending on how dark I need to get it. I fill each square in with a single value. I do not subdivide the square into smaller value shapes. Do not draw details. Stick to just filling out the whole square with one even tone. The only way to increase detail for this project would be to make your grid with smaller units. And you would also need to do that to the reference image as well. It's like adding more pixels per inch when working digitally. Now these drawings take time, so I'm just going to jump ahead to when I was nearly finished. In my drawing, I was using a continuous tone technique, and so I would rotate my paper every now and then to make sure that my pencil marks were being hidden by the shading technique that I was using. But you could use a different kind of shading strategy. You might like cross-hatching or hatching, and that's a great way to build up tone. Also, by turning your image, I found that I could focus on the abstract qualities of the value of each square and forget about the fact that I was drawing a face. I could just observe the square. As you come close to finishing your drawing, I think it's a really good idea to go back over your image and adjust squares that need more attention. I rarely get the right tone on the first pass. I might need to add or erase marks to make the drawing work. So now that I'm done, I just need to carefully remove the tape and erase all fingerprints. If you've done a good job, you will have a pixelated image of your reference drawing, and if you stand back from the drawing, your portrait will come into focus, just like magic. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If so, consider subscribing for more art and drawing demos, and good luck with your project.